I am an Indigenous affairs representative, and in Canada, uh, as established by Justin Trudeau in 2008, 2017. 2018, I got the job, but this job doesn't seem to count as a job according to Ontario. So this message, not this. This is for another video where I talk about Alberta and BC and Saskatchewan and what's going on in the West. Uh, this is for Trudeau. Thanks for offering heartfelt aid for everyone with their hand out during this health crisis. Lots of good tweets out there about that. And this is not a protest, and I'm not joining your riding club. Although I have been getting those emails that you've been sending for the last couple of years, but they all seem to be campaign emails asking for my support when people I represent and my office receive zero support here in Ontario. And I will tell you why. I've written down some talking points so I don't get too off topic. This is about me speaking for everyone that's trying to survive. And due to emails going ignored by all levels of government in Canada, and I'm sure that's from an overwhelming flooding from the public trying to contact them with all of their concerns. So this is my office's official channel for public address, because there is no other way. I'm being drowned out online by all the other voices. And my emails, my direct contacts back to what I assume are supposed to be the correct channels have been going unnoticed. So be sure to subscribe if you want more public updates from official government channels. This is public address, but this is to Trudeau and Mr. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, sir. You did send me that email. I'm sure it was a mass email for your campaign to. If not, then my apologies for not getting right on top of that. But asking for anyone to explain to your children what a prime minister does, and yeah, I can get to that. And yeah, I want to quit smoking, but Ontario has cut those programs. Base metals are down today, and I bet my bottom dollar that that's not going to help these small businesses. Canadian money is full of history, so learn your history and learn why we put these things on here. And money has not been going into proper medications, because CBD oil can treat a lot more than just boredom. I'm way off topic though. Back to Ontario. And who do I rep? I represent anyone who needs to put their own survival first above all others. Why do I do it? Because I've been chosen by the Indigenous of my region to speak for an Eagle staff as part of the government reform you began in 2017. And I don't know, I didn't get the memo. Did you get the memo? I don't know who is regulating this new reconciliation, the reformation of this Northern Indigenous affairs between them and the Crown. So get back to me. I'll leave my information at the end of this. And what do I want today? Just to listen and hear these voices, and keep doing your job that I entrusted you with for as long as you can. Because yes, I did vote for you. And my situation in Indigenous affairs has no funding or support. Ford cut everything. Everything that helps Ontario's people, not just the First Nations funding, which he cut completely. And he won't tell that to you, Mr. Prime Minister. He's not letting you know. And I know that he is not sending his budget reports in on time. I know. And I'm sure you know. I'm sure we are all watching. And I will talk about what I had been fighting against last year in another video when I talk about Bill C-74, which changed the healthcare system in Ontario. It completely changed it. And I'll explain why I fought that and why I felt like even 10,000 people protesting it last year was a complete failure. Because this was about cancer laws changing, not about workers losing their jobs, which did happen. A huge part of the healthcare community was cut out of that merger, and they're mad. So we got Ontario First Nation funds, tuition programs, which I was trying to use so I can learn how to do my job better. Housing is that's being stopped. Transportation, Doug Ford is a big failure on that. Blocked all of the green transport and is trying to build more asphalt and bigger gas guzzling engines. Bigger. Bigger is better. I'll talk about smog in another series. Social services got cut, and I'm not just talking about ODSP and OW, which are the disability and welfare programs in Ontario. It's not just those people who have been affected. This is every social service program, from healthcare, education, to support, to all of it, has been getting huge gouges. People are losing jobs. And people who need jobs are being stopped from getting help to get jobs. I've got a whole series to help people who are in that situation. So be patient for those tutorials. And what's really affected me in the Hamilton Niagara region, where the welfare pilot program that is being set up, and I'll explain why I'm on welfare, because the job that I do have has no money to pay me. I do this as a volunteer, but I need to get a job because apparently working in Canadian politics is a joke. If you agree, then leave a comment. But in this pilot program, private Canadian citizens' personal information is being traded to New York-based companies. That means I have to give everything from my birth certificate to all of my banking information, everything that the Canadian Privacy Act protects, is being handed to corporations and companies that one of them is currently in a civil action suit against them because of things they did. And I don't think I should be trusting them with my personal info. Enough personal info to completely dox me, and I won't be me. Someone else will be. So that's why I'm here on Public Access Network. So keep social distancing, because that's important during this health crisis. And more importantly, in Ontario, are those cancer laws. And I'll get to those when I talk about the healthcare changes. Because there was prevention and treatment laws that were removed. And he's also made a loophole to go around the Canadian Cancer Act. So if anyone cares share this video and forward it to Prime Minister Trudeau today. This is March 30th, by the way. I'll be back with more. I can see that I'm running out of time.